Good day to you, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I had a soul portrait done of me not too long ago.
A soul portrait.
Yes. And while the artist was working on the portrait, she said she saw a diadem on my 5th and my 6th chakras and a receiving pod on my 7th.
All right.
Can you explain those to me and
Yes,
what that
easily.
means?
That's the way she interprets that kind of energy in her permission slip reality.
Well, she didn't see them on any other chakras.
So what?
Okay, so it's just the chakras that she was seeing? It's not like it was anything different? Because I'd never heard those words used in regard to placement on a chakra.
Every energy vortex has also associated with it a geometric crystalline pattern.
Okay.
She was simply sensitive to the idea of the geometric crystalline pattern versions of those energy centers.
Okay.
And therefore, that's the way they were perceived.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Another question. I was told by the same woman that I am very connected to the Hathors, which I had never heard of before that moment. And then someone mentioned them earlier.
Yes.
And then I was...
Maybe you two can commiserate.
And also that I am an incarnated fairy. Do you, like,
Well,
what
in a
does that...
sense, not exactly.
Okay, can you explain
There are
what
many
they mean?
beings that do have cross connections to the idea of nature spirits, the nature spirit dimension and realm, which does contain an expression of consciousness that you would recognize as the kind of ideas you're calling fairies and such.
Okay.
So you have cross connections to it, but again, please remember, the idea is that all incarnations exist simultaneously.
Right.
So reincarnation can be had as an experience, but it doesn't mean that you actually become one thing and then another. The idea is that you're cross-connecting to another simultaneous coexistence in the idea of the nature-spirit level of consciousness, and you're forming associations to that because it has relevance in this life for you in terms of expressing that kind of energy on your journey, on your path.
Okay.
That's some of the colors on your palette, in other words.
Okay. And one last question. I was talking with my friend Concha earlier, and we were talking about waking up in the morning and feeling restless, like my heart is fluttering, and like there's something I'm supposed to be doing, something that I'm missing, something that I'm forgetting. What does that come from?
That could come from any number of things. Are you forgetting something?
Oh, you were actually asking me.
Yes, I was actually asking a question.
I don't know. I've kind of always had this feeling of like there's something missing.
Something missing.
But I don't know what it is, and I don't... Does that make any
right.
sense?
You may be feeling the idea simply of the urge, the magnetic urge, the gravitational urge toward more of yourself. But if you relax into the trust that your life unfolds in perfect timing, that anxiety or antsiness may subside. You're not missing anything. Remember, all appointments, in a sense, have been made. The only way to miss an appointment is to spend time worrying that you're going to miss the appointment. Otherwise, the appointment can't be missed.
Okay.
So, if you feel like you're missing something, forgetting something, trust the way your life unfolds. Trust the synchronicity in your life as to how it's going to appear. It will always remind you of something you truly need to know. Always. And if you relax into that certainty, you will always get the reminder. But if you are concerned about it, if you focus on the concern, then you're going to block its ability to give you that information when you need it.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes. And I just remembered one other thing I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
And I don't know if... This is my first time seeing you, so I don't know if this is like your thing or not, but...
Thing.
I have been having a lot of problems with my shoulder, and someone did a healing thing on me, and she was saying that there is an energetic reason for the problem that I'm having.
Is. And
but
there's also sometimes physiological ones, but that
Yeah.
doesn't negate the idea that it usually starts in some way, shape, or form energetically.
Okay. Do you have
Are
any...
you carrying too much on your shoulders? Are you shouldering too much in life?
It's very possible. I've been one of those people that is always doing too many different things at one time.
Well, there you go, and there comes your anxiety as well.
Okay.
Your antsiness.
Okay.
You think you don't have enough time,
Yeah, exactly.
but you do. You have the perfect amount of time.
Okay.
Anything that you don't get done. When you are acting on your highest excitement, it is also the organizing principle of your life. And if you keep acting on the thing that excites you the most to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further, and then act on the next most exciting thing, and the next, and the next, and the next, in whatever order they present themselves to you synchronistically, whatever doesn't get done at the end of the day didn't need to be done.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
You really need to have more trust in the way your life unfolds. You cannot go through life feeling like you're missing something, like you're not doing enough. Otherwise, anxiety and antsiness will be what you experience your life to be. Stop trying to shoulder so much. Stop putting so much weight on it, and you'll relax. Now, you can certainly take advantage of body workers to help you with this, but the energy must also change. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
So you don't need to shoulder so much. Whatever it is you truly get done will be sufficient unto the day. Yes?
Yes. Okay.
Remember, 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 you are an infinite, eternal being. What's your rush? You exist forever. If it's not done now, it will be done later.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You can't really miss out, except by worrying that you'll miss out.
Okay.
That's the paradox, that's the irony. You follow?
I do. That makes me feel a lot better.
Why, thank you for choosing that path.
Thank you so much, Bashar.
You're welcome.
Good day, Bashar.
And you good day.
And good day to everyone here. Thank you all for co-creating with us. Are we still pitching? Is that process still happening where people tell the story that began last year? Is that completed? Do you remember that?
Yes, nothing is ever necessarily completed. If you feel that there is a necessity in pitching, you may if you wish.
I don't feel that it's necessary.
Why did you bring it up?
Because you mentioned how statements open doorways, and that reminded me of the pitching because it's a series of statements.
Yes.
So
it was for the purpose of opening those doorways.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll open some doorways.
Oh, all right.
Does that sound fun? Yeah. Okay.
Of course.
So I have had the opportunity of several of my dreams coming true at the same time synchronistically, of working with a teacher, working in my community, and working with my friends to help generate actions of kindness.
All right.
And I kind of would like to hear your thoughts on the spiritual energy of actions of kindness.
Well, again, the idea is compassion. The idea is knowing that you are perfectly fine, that you are self-empowered, and that the greatest act of kindness is the reflection to others that they also can choose to be self-empowered, that they are aspects of the infinite, that they are unconditional love, that they are worthy and deserving of anything that they can imagine. This is the ultimate act of kindness, is to help reveal to them the potentiality and the possibility and the probability of who they truly are as a reflection of all that is. Because you are self-empowered enough to know that you will never be threatened by someone being their true self. Thus then, in that sense, you are free to help others by example also choose to be their true selves and know that all fits and all works together and all is harmonious when each and every individual is utterly and totally validated as that individual. Then there is true harmony.
Thank you. These actions have seemed to give a lubricating thank you, quality to group dynamics.
Yes, of course they will.
And so we've been experiencing how these actions of kindness in a growing group can create this dynamic of harmony.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing that. I was curious also about the spiritual energy of laughter.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. Your so-called Big Bang was actually a big joke. It was a big laugh. It was a big aha! It was a big realization, and the cosmic joke is that it was there all along, and yet until realized, it was inert.
So knock-knock jokes open doorways too?
Absolutely. Because when you're willing to ask who's there, you're open to receiving more information about yourself in the unknown.
Thank you.
So by all means, knock, knock.
Who's there?
You.
You like the rainbow, all the colors, H-U-E? It's a synchronistic word with many meanings, I've noticed. You.
Yes.
I was also interested in the human experience of beauty. I've heard that it being very unique because we can have these other experiences of not beauty, that beauty stands out on this planet, and I was wondering if you could talk about that.
Well, it's really the idea of resonance in relationship. What you would call certain kinds of golden proportions that are representative of the overall resonant relationship of all that is to all its components. Does that make sense?
Yes. Is it unique, or do you experience...
I said all that is. In relationship, resonantly, proportionately to all its components. Thus, we are certainly one of the components of all that is. And thus, that relationship, in its very nature, is beauty.
Okay, that might take a while to sink in.
Oh, all right. Whatever amount of time it takes, I'm sure will be beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bashar, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Nania, we are closely approaching the time for your holotope experience. What remains for this in terms of questioners? All right. All right. You know how much we love threes. Number one.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I'm so excited to see you.
So
or to
are
meet
we
you.
to interact with all of you.
Yay. So I just want to say thank you so much for giving me all the permission slips that have brought me to this.
I made all sorts of suggestions. You were the one that gave yourself the permission slip, so we thank you.
Oh. Well, I don't really have too many specific questions, I guess, but I just maybe wanted to ask you your interpretation of an experience I had.
Such as?
Well, it was during a very deep meditation,
Yes.
and I was basically dissolving what I saw in front of me into like particles
Yes.
and basically taking away any color or shape or form and just seeing it as particles. And then I felt like if I could remove things that no longer needed to be there, things that were like maybe too dense, and I just like took an eraser and then I opened my eyes and everything was like way bigger.
Yes.
And so it was more kind of spread apart, and it was as if there was like no shadows
Yes, we
in
understand.
the room.
You
So I
took
think it was
yourself-
like a
yes.
higher or a lesser density.
Yes.
Is that?
Yes.
So if you're really super dense, is that like, that's kind of why you would want to live in a life that's not free-flowing just because it suits you better?
The idea of density is so that you can experience change. Remember, in timelessness, you don't experience change. The only way to experience discovery, newness, change is to have the experience of density that includes space and time.
Okay.
So that's how all that is experiences the process of becoming all that is instead of just being all that is.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to maybe ask is, so is the next kind of aspect of understanding time and space would be to kind of take away time so that you would understand all things happening at the exact same moment,
Well,
right?
in your physical reality, you will not necessarily continue to have an experience of all things happening at once.
Right.
But you can certainly stretch that a bit and experience more things happening at once, yes.
Okay.
In a synchronistic way.
So the next level kind of up from that, is that it, like I kind of see it as maybe like stories that we would all be little aspects.
You are already
Of the
stories.
gods,
You are
or,
telling
yeah.
yourself stories. You are living stories. The idea now on your planet is to change the story you're telling yourself.
Okay,
Self-empowering stories are now the vogue.
yeah, that sounds perfect.
Yes.
Um,
Instead of stories of tragedy and lament.
yes, totally.
Oh, woe is me.
Oh gosh.
Now it's, oh, wow, it's me.
So I watched lots of your just transmissions, and I hadn't ever come across anything on the counterparts or the hybrid children. So
Well,
I'm
then
wondering.
you haven't come across
I
those
just-
transmissions yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But they exist, and you can find them if you will ask the people that know where they are.
Well, I will. But I
Alright.
wanted to ask you
Yes.
what you think about if I have any of those things. Or where, or how many, or whatever, because that sounds interesting. I just wanted to, yeah.
It may sound interesting, but at the moment, it's not relevant for us to give you that information.
Okay. Fair enough. Also, I just want to ask you one personal kind of question. If I'm actually creating a documentary right now on the evolution of consciousness with my
Alright.
boyfriend, and we were really hoping that maybe we could talk to you at some point and maybe interview you for it. So
We will see.
we'll see.
We will see.
Okay.
Synchronicity
Yes.
will make itself known.
Well, it's brought us to this point here.
Yes, it has.
So
And
we're
it
glad.
will take you further. But we will see.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Number 2.
Hello, Bashar.
And a good day to you.
I think I'll start with the question about, I guess my questions will be around how to get into a better contact with my true self and trusting it.
I already gave you the entire formula.
I'm sure you did.
Act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can so
Right.
you can take it no further, with absolutely no assumption, insistence, or expectation as to what the outcome ought to be. And if you understand that if you have the expectation as to what the outcome ought to be, you're actually limiting the chances of experiencing something even greater than you could imagine, one would think that would be reason enough not to do that.
Thank you.
Is that not reason enough?
Can you say that last part again about reason?
If you understand that putting conditions on the outcome is actually limiting what outcome could happen, one would think that you would stop putting conditions on that outcome, knowing that it actually limits you
Right.
from what you could be experiencing. If you know that, wouldn't you stop doing that? Isn't that logical?
Yes.
Well, if you're not doing that, then you have to ask yourself, what is my motivational mechanism for doing things I say are not what I prefer to do? What belief system do I have attached that's making the thing I say I would prefer seem to be the thing I don't, and the thing I don't seem to be the thing I do? Because it's all about what you believe to be true that you go to and go away from. When you believe something's to your benefit, you always act in that direction. When you believe something is not to your benefit, you always move away from that. Always. Without fail. Without fail. So if you're not moving in the direction of what you know would be to your best benefit, that can only mean you have a belief system that is somehow making it appear to not be to your benefit. So find out what that belief is, let it go, and then it will appear to be to your benefit, the thing you prefer, and you'll move toward it. You'll act on it. You'll understand why you're doing that. Does that
Correct.
make sense?
Yes.
Is this
does.
helping?
I think so.
Anything else?
I guess what's coming up is what purpose is it serving me to continually insert doubt into my decision points or choice points?
Well, what are you getting out of it? Again, it's the same question.
Right.
You don't do things you don't believe you're getting some benefit from. And watch your definition. You know what the definition of doubt is from our point of view, yes?
I don't know if I do yet.
Doubt is not a lack of trust. Doubt is a 100% trust in a definition you don't prefer. So why would you trust in something you don't prefer? That's what doubt is. I trust this more than that. There is no such thing as a lack of trust. You're always trusting something to be true. If that were not so, you wouldn't have an experiential reality. So the question is not, how can I learn to trust? The question is, what am I putting my trust in? Something I don't prefer or something I do? Both will work. Both will be reinforced by creation. Both will be supported. It's up to you to decide what you prefer and find out why you would be putting your trust in something that you don't prefer. The only reason you would be doing that is because you're defining that thing as something that serves you better than the alternative.
Right.
Find out how you're defining it that way. You'll see that it's nonsensical and illogical when you finally bring that definition to light, and when you see that it's nonsensical, you'll let it go. You'll say, this makes no sense. And once it makes no sense, you'll stop doing it. Yes?
Yes. Thank you.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
Does it sound sensible?
Yes.
All right. Does that make it seem doable?
Yes.
Are you sureable?
Almost.
Not so sureable?
It's a lot easier to hear it sitting down in the chair than standing at the mic for some
Why
reason.
do you define that as true?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You don't have to answer me. You can go sit down again if you want.
I have one more question.
Yes. So you prefer to remain on the hook?
Yeah, I'll
All
change
right.
the topic, though.
Oh, all right. She thinks she's changing the topic.
So I had an experience once where
Yes?
I had it, the question was posed, ask yourself about the mystery that you are.
Yes.
And I looked internally and to my left, and it seemed that there was this aperture that opened.
All right.
And all I
And?
could sense in this brief kind of moment was this very energized kind of kaleidoscope of colors
Yes.
that was spinning, and it was almost like it wanted to press out of this
Yes.
opening.
Yes. But it wasn't an opening.
I don't know what it was.
It was a mirror.
Okay.
You were looking at your true self. That's what you really are, all of you. Kaleidoscopic color, energy, consciousness, beautiful brilliance. That's what you are. Give in to it. It's what you really are. You were looking into a mirror. A similar thing will happen in the holotope meditation, because the holotope in some senses is like that kaleidoscopic image. You're looking at a mirror of your true self, your energy self, your consciousness self, your symbolic, reflective, true, vibrational, unconditionally beautiful, loving self. That's what that is. It's like, here, take a peek. This is really you. You looked into the truth of yourself. Yes.
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 3.
Good day to all of you, Bashar.
And good day to all of you.
Are we of the same oversoul?
No.
Is there anyone in this room of the same oversoul?
As you?
Yes.
Yes.
Is my wife that person, Gautami?
One of them.
Can you explain that?
There are more than one expression of the same oversoul that you are connected to in the room with him.
Is one of them my wife, Gautami?
I already said yes.
Okay. And there's someone else.
There are others. I have now given you an Easter egg hunt.
On September 27th in 2007, in Abidjan, Brazil
Yes.
in front of John of God.
Yes.
I received a work that I call the Divine Diamond.
Oh, all right. How exciting.
You were just talking about it.
Yes.
And our work is about connection in the Trinity. We work with the Trinity.
That's actually what creation expresses itself as. You say polarity, you say duality, but it's actually a trinity.
Exactly, exactly.
Because the idea is that there's always a balance point between the two poles.
Yes. In my work with my wife,
Yes.
being of the same oversoul,
Yes.
it gives us a wonderful and amazing ability to create an energy field.
Yes.
And
You have resonant reinforcement.
yes.
Yes.
I work also with tachyon energy, which I have found extremely supportive in making connections, opening communication. Do you have anything you could say about tachyon energy, the way it's held in glass, the way we can use it as a focal or communication?
It can be focused in glass. It's a little bit more stable in crystal.
Yes, silica.
And it's exceedingly stable in diamonds.
Okay. And do you find that it is supportive to our ability to access our multidimensionality in working sort of in that way?
Of course, it can function as a permission slip for that, since that is how your mind and frequencies are oriented.
Yes, and it is like communicational as far as programmable. You can communicate with it. It's intelligent.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Everything is intelligence. Everything is consciousness.
Yeah.
You're using the idea of the matrix in that sense to structure information in a way that is both implantable and retrievable by the particular resonance that you yourself express. So it is in that sense simply a permission slip that is designed to resonate in harmony with the way you choose to express yourself, the way you do things energetically.
Yes. In the work that we do, the focus is on the oversoul connection.
Yes.
What I see the higher self as is sort of the communicational portal or
Yes.
way the oversoul would communicate.
Well, yes, it
And-
has to come down through the individual soul to the higher mind, which
the
then
higher
goes
mind.
through the template level reality to the physical mind. But yes,
The higher mind and the higher self are one and the same in most cases.
Generally speaking, yes.
Yes, okay. And I have been moved deeply by your latest commentaries
all right.
of sending, if we send energy out through our oversoul expressions, like through a tree, through the branches of our tree.
yes,
It seems if we light up our tree, it gives us much greater ability, therefore, to focus our energy possibly on another oversoul expression or to
Yes.
do, yes.
because you have illuminated the branches, and thus it
Yes.
makes it easier to see how it's connected to other things.
Yes, okay. I would like to ask, I had a dream once that there were three beings that said, "See his light, he's Arturian." My only memory of that is that's the first planet that I actually ascended on.
It's not a planet.
What was the
It's an
Arturian?
interdimensional energy gate, an interdimensional energy state that is representative of a particular vibration that many souls are taking on or connecting to on Earth at this time, because the vibration is conducive to not forgetting as much of who you are in physical reality.
So there's a connection, obviously, with Arturia
Yes.
and myself. Okay. My wife seems to think she's connected with Venusia.
Again, this is not in your physical reality. This is something that exists in a different dimension.
Yes. And
But
this
it is kind of a similar idea, but it's connected to the vibration of compassion, the vibration of understanding, and the vibration of love.
Yes. I would also just like to know, I hear a lot about the Pleiades, and I'm always curious about the connection between the Pleiades
Distant
and Syrian
Cousins, distant
system.
cousins,
And what are the Syrian...
offshoot of the ancient Anunnaki.
Yes, and the Syrians, how are they related to the Pleiadians?
There has been some mixture, but initially speaking, it was not a direct lineage. But on higher dimensional levels, there is a great connection. And non-physical levels, there is a great connection.
So they're completely, in some ways, independently evolved
Yes,
Yes, okay.
but there is a connection
There is
on the non-physical level.
Was Christ from Sirius?
Christ was from Earth.
Was his oversoul connection, or was Sirius involved in some way?
Yes, there were serious vibrations and many other vibrations in what you call the Christ consciousness, which now is represented by the collective vibration of your entire planet, as well as the Krishna spirit, the Buddha nature, any such idea.
Yes. I'm very lucky to be actually right now at a retreat with Amrita Nandamayi.
All right, well, luck had nothing to do with it.
Yes, well, she is the embodiment of compassion and love. What would you say about her as a human, obviously, incarnation? Amma.
We would say she is beautiful in many different ways. The essence of beauty, of what we were talking about before. The proportional relationship to all that is. The resonant relationship to all that is.
Yes.
Of all of its parts.
Yes.
In that sense.
There
will now need to be a shift in transmission.
Yes, thank you very much, Bashar.
We thank you.
Thank you.
But it'll say, let us continue this transmission with your questions and dialogues, if you wish.
Greetings, dear brother,
And to you, good day.
and greetings to everybody on the other side of the veil.
Guys.
We are going to be building new sacred sites and pyramid temples.
Guys.
And is there a way to, or a method to find the exact location of the intersection of the ley line, sir?
Well, there are a variety of ways. Some of them can actually be found if your equipment is sensitive enough with electromagnetic sensors. But you can intuit them as well if you place yourself in the proper meditative state and focus on the idea of the energetic lines, the grid on your planet. You can intuit it, and also some people can use permission slips, such as dowsing rods and so forth, to also plot and chart the idea of the electromagnetic grid, or ley lines as you call them, on your planet. There are a variety of ways, and different people will be attracted to different methodologies based on what works with their belief system. You follow?
Yes, brother.
All right. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Anything else?
In the temples, we're going to be building, we're going to have like some staging areas. Would some type of platform, such as a landing pad or a rod for the ships to anchor to, which would be more?
A platform,
Okay.
at least 100 feet in diameter, would be of assistance, with a gateway or an entry point. Doesn't have to be connected to any other, but a symbolic door, in a sense, at each of the 4 cardinal points, north, east, south, west, would be most efficacious as a representation, as a symbol, as a permission slip to connect the collective consciousness of your planet, the energy of your world, with the concept of contact in that way.
Thank you, brother.
Painting each of the doorways red, white, black, yellow, in the directions as indicated by many of the indigenous societies in your North American continent, to associate those colors with the proper directions. All right?
Thank you, brother.
Will that do?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
I have a few more questions.
Oh, I thought you said that would do.
Oh, for that one.
Yes, all right.
The Pyramid of Giza, other than using the sarcophagus permission slip, was it ever used as a power plant?
It generates a kind of focus like a lens electromagnetically, but not so much as a power plant as you understand them today in your technology. More the idea of the amplification of the energy to create the proper resonance state for the purpose of using the sarcophagus to get into the gamma state and have it amplified so that it can help facilitate out-of-body travel. More that than anything.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Could you give a description of the Yael civilization, and is there any messages from them?
The Yael civilization is a hybrid civilization. They are relatively similar looking to your Earth humans, which is one of the reasons why they will be the first hybrid civilization to make open contact with you, because they are familiar looking enough to you as to not cause concern. This will start to happen in that window of time from 2025 to 2033, where many of these contacts will begin to amplify. They will not necessarily be the first extraterrestrial civilization to make open contact, but they will be the first hybrid civilization to do so. We will be the third. They have said that within the next year or so, they will give another demonstration of their craft, as they did in the incident that you mostly refer to as the Phoenix Lights, so that again they can gauge the readiness of your people in their reaction or response to the sighting of that craft, to determine exactly how ready many of you are for the concept of contact. That's their message.
Thank you.
Anything else?
How high is your ship above Sedona?
1,350 miles.
We made an effort at Bell Rock, was using the array. Was that
It is a
effective?
beginning, but the array has not been completed yet, because we haven't delivered the final information regarding how it needs to be constructed. So it is only partially complete.
Thank you. One more question.
Yes.
Could you give a physical description of the civilization in the Barnard system?
Again, they are humanoid, a little bit different than you. They are approximately in what you would call their Renaissance age. So a lot of their structures aren't necessarily built in the same ways that yours are, but they utilize stone and wood. And they are relatively sophisticated in their utilization of electrical energy. They do not have borders in the way that you do, countries in the way that you do. And again, physiologically, they are somewhat similar to your humanoid form, but there are differences in their face and in their bodily structures, but not extremely significantly so. Does that help?
Yes, the first steps for contact with them, will it be similar to in this format, or will we just borrow your ships to land there?
That has not yet been completely worked out. When you are made, in a sense, a beginning member of the Interstellar Alliance, these arrangements will be discussed, and whatever is determined among your world and our worlds to be the best course of action for the inhabitants of the Barnard star system will be the route that is taken at that time. This will most likely be sometime around, or maybe slightly before or slightly after your year of 2050. All right?
Very exciting, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
How do you? Good day.
Just have a couple questions. The first
Speak up,
one,
speak up.
My first question is, this is exciting to me. It's exciting expanding my consciousness and seeing all the things that we are able to do and communicate.
Yes.
Now, is sharing this information with people that maybe don't have any understanding of it, is it considered imposing on their free will to try to...
You can always discuss what it is that excites you, but if they give you any indication that it is not something that they wish to hear, then any further pushing would be an imposition.
Okay.
So you can always bring the subject up of metaphysical concepts and so on and so forth, and share what you believe works for you. Again, this is what we do. We share these ideas with absolutely no insistence that you have to buy into them or accept them or use them in your life whatsoever. We know that they work for us. We know they can work for you if you believe that they can and are willing to use them. But we don't insist that you have to. We have to allow you to choose whatever it is you believe is best for you at any given moment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Therefore, we do not impose, but we share where it is apparently and obviously appropriate for us to do so. We don't just necessarily blurt things out when it seems like it is not something that someone may wish to hear, but you will always get some kind of an indication synchronistically or a sign or a marker that the timing may be appropriate to at least very carefully broach any subject that you believe might be somewhat new to another individual, to give them time to understand and absorb it if that is what they're going to choose to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Remember that anytime anyone feels like they have to force something on someone means that you don't actually believe in the power of that idea, and all you're attempting to do is convince yourself of its validity, not the other person. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Does this help?
It does.
Anything else?
Just one more question. I've been hearing a lot of talk about the flat earth theory. Is there any truth to that?
Are you asking if your Earth is flat?
Yeah, because I've been hearing people say that.
You know it's not, yes?
I've never been out of California, so I've never been up high to confirm it for myself. So.
Well, all right. You can most likely go along with the understanding that objects floating in space will more often than not form spherical bodies when left to their own devices.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
You've seen this demonstrated when you see pictures coming back from your astronauts playing around with liquids in space?
Yes.
And you see them forming spheres?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. There it is.
Does that help you?
It does. Thank you,
Now,
Bashar.
this does not mean that there cannot be dimensions of reality where the physics is different, so that what they live on, though it may not be called a planet specifically, can actually be a flat surface. But that's not the physics of your dimension. But it is a reality on other dimensional levels.
I see.
Does that help?
It does. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
I knew you. Good day.
Thank you. Wow, so many questions.
So many answers.
Yeah, good ones too. I'll start with, I've had a lot of what you could call mystical experiences, and I'm wondering if there's a common theme among them, some agreement or something along those lines.
Well, the challenges that you face and the synchronicities that you experience in life are usually representative of the themes that you chose to explore. So that can have a common thread, if you wish. Probably most likely the expansion of your consciousness, the expansion of your awareness, the ability to become more adept at transforming negative to positive, so on and so forth. Being more of yourself. Yes?
Definitely.
Well, that's a common theme. That's
Okay.
a connecting thread. Anything else?
One of these experiences in the fall of 2013 led to me unlocking a pretty strong ability to work with energy and my field and other people's field and so on.
What is your field, as you say?
The human energy field. I'm actually not really sure what terms would be best used to describe this sort of thing.
All right.
I can feel it, but I don't.
Yes.
I've been exploring it from
All
kind of
right.
the inside
Well,
out.
how do you choose to work with this idea?
I've been doing healing work with
all
other
right.
people.
And so,
My,
this excites you?
It does, yeah.
All right.
My question was, could you tell me more about this energy and how could I best develop those abilities further?
I believe you already know the answer to that because we've been speaking about it all day long.
Excitement?
Yes. When we talk about the idea of acting on your excitement being a complete kit that leaves nothing relevant in your life out, you may take us quite literally.
Okay.
It's not a metaphor. It's absolutely complete. It leaves nothing relevant out. that is in alignment with your true frequency.
Okay.
So the idea is that you are, while connecting to higher level energies as well, stepping them down into a form that is utilizable and applicable in your reality, which is the electromagnetic field. So you're using the electromagnetic field to create resonant patterns that are reflective and indicative of the state of being that is representative of balance and health and awareness. And again, as a healer, should someone be attracted to you for the purpose of matching that vibration, you will have allowed them the opportunity to experience an environment in which they can choose to heal themselves. But it's basically being done, even if you're connecting to other energies elsewhere, it's basically being done through the auspices of the electromagnetic energy that is representative of your physical reality.
Got it. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes. What is a good way to charge myself, energize myself?
How do you become discharged?
I'm not sure.
What makes you think you are discharged?
Feeling tired.
Feeling tired can be a natural state that says that you do need to simply relax for a while. You know that in a very real way, most of you recharge when you sleep, yes?
Yeah.
So if you're tired, go to sleep.
Okay.
And you will recharge. Yes?
Okay.
Nothing mysterious, or perhaps meditation will do it for you, but it's really what you're attracted to do. But tiredness can be part of your excitement, you know. It
Lucid
can be
dreaming?
part of the natural biological rhythm that's exciting for you. You do what you do, and then you become tired and relax and recharge. And then you're charged, and then you do what you do, and you follow your natural biological timing and your rhythm. And then you're in your natural flow, yes?
Okay.
Simple as that. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that unless you would like it to be.
Fair enough. Sometimes complicated is fun, but...
Yes, and that's why so many of you might
Right.
do it.
Right. In a previous transmission, you
Yes.
mentioned that monoatomic cobalt could be used to amplify or intensify a person's field.
It can be, though
And-
we were talking in a very specific set of cases and circumstances
Okay.
in that dialogue, and it's not necessarily absolutely applicable in this conversation.
Okay. The thing that I was curious about is you issued a very clear warning
Yes.
not to ingest more than 20 or 30 milligrams.
Yes.
I was wondering, 20 or 30 milligrams in what time period? Like per day, per lifetime?
At once.
At once. Got it.
But again, this was delivered as information for a very specific circumstance and case, and isn't really applicable here.
Okay.
Does that help?
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Do our oversouls have unique names? And if so, what is the name of my oversoul?
They don't really have names as you understand it. They certainly are represented by signature frequencies.
Okay.
But it's a combination of many different kinds of frequencies, and it isn't exactly very translatable into your language.
Of course, that makes sense.
Nevertheless, again, each and every one of you experiences excitement and passion in a slightly different way. And because the oversoul is expressing itself through an individuated soul, which is expressing itself through the higher mind to the physical mind, you can perhaps understand that the way in which the particular feeling you have of interpreting the concept of excitement and passion in your body can be somewhat, on your level, representative of the signature frequency of the oversoul.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes. Thank you.
Will that do?
Let's see. One more question.
Yes.
The transition point to fourth density, is that
Well, you're
something-
already going through it, but yes.
That was basically my question. I was wondering if this is something that's already happened or in the future
No, it's happening.
happening.
That's why we're having these conversations. If you weren't transitioning to fourth density reality, it's likely we would not be conversing at all. Remember that fourth density reality is still within the high levels of physical reality in the fourth dimension. Dimension is like the country. Density is like the states within the country. You can have third density and fourth density within the fourth dimension, 3 of space, 1 of time. But when you cross the threshold from fourth density to fifth density, you're also going non-physical. So you're actually going into another dimension, fifth dimensionality, when you go into fifth density, even though third and fourth density are still within the same basic dimension. Does that help?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
I thought that was the last question.
It is. I just want to say thank you for all of your teaching. It's been a profound honor to learn from you, and especially thank you about all of the information about the span. That was quite a ride.
All right, yes, and there is more ride to come. So, buckle up.
Good afternoon.
And to you, good day.
Well, I'm in the process I am processing all the information that I'm getting
Yes.
from you right now because this is my really first experience with gamma.
Yes.
I've been in a theta state. I have some experiences around theta state.
All right.
Can you explain to me the difference between the gamma and the theta?
It's just different frequencies in the brain that create different experiences and different abilities and different ways of tapping into different portions of your consciousness.
Okay.
It's like, again, tuning a radio. On what you would call the idea of AM, you can only receive certain frequencies and certain programs, and on FM, you can receive different frequencies and different programs. So the idea of beta and delta and gamma is that they are representative of frequencies that allow you different experiences of tapping into different levels of your consciousness and different levels of dimensionality to receive whatever information is important and relevant for you to receive at that particular moment.
Okay.
It's just that gamma is a very high frequency that allows you to access far more than you're used to in your typical waking states and beta states and delta states and so on and so forth. At least while you're dynamically awake. You access a lot of things when you are asleep in delta, but it's a different form of access that allows you to actually go out and have different kinds of experiences in what you would call more of an out-of-body or astral style experience, whereas the gamma frequency allows you to function dynamically in greater harmony with your higher mind and be represented as a more holistic person in physical reality and access higher perspectives, bigger picture points of view, more information more coherently, processing more quickly, and synthesizing information more quickly from whatever is the input to whatever the output needs to be to address whatever circumstance and situation that you may be experiencing. Does that make sense in your language?
Yes, it does.
All right.
So as an educator of young children,
Yes.
I'm noticing that you use the pathway of breathing to get to that gamma state.
Well,
Is that
we
correct?
can use it that way. It's one way, yes. But as we said, doing anything you love to do, when you're doing something that you're completely absorbed by, that you love to do, and you don't notice the passage of time, you're in the gamma state. When you're operating at peak performance in any way, shape, or form, you're in the gamma state. When you're, as you say, in the zone, you're in the gamma state. So there are many ways to create the gamma state. We're just taking you through a particular permission slip methodology that can work for many people on your planet to get you into the practice of being in that state, even when you're not necessarily focused on expressing it physically in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, so as an educator in the classroom,
Yes.
I'm asking you this because the classroom is a very dysfunctional place to be.
Well, yes, because of how it's engineered, how it's arranged.
Right.
That's why we talked about the three main principles that need to be used in your classes to allow the children to actually access the gamma state.
Right. So what I guess I'm trying to ask you
Yes.
is that using the breathing technique before learning starts in the classroom.
Yes. Meditative states can be of assistance to prepare the class to receive information more efficiently, as long as the information is in alignment with that meditative gamma state. In other words, what we said, it's got to be more interactive. You have to provide a safe environment for them to make choices and learn the consequences of those choices so they can learn responsibility for creating their reality. And you have to adapt the lessons to their particular modality of learning as an individual that is unique. And when you get them into the gamma state through either meditation or through some other creative, expressive endeavor that puts them doing what they love to do, then you can start dispensing information in the way that we are suggesting. And because it's aligned with the gamma state, that information will be absorbed in the way that it needs to be, most effectively. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
I'm here to, I just need to think about this and see if I need to.
Oh, go right ahead. Now, do trust your imagination to alter these things in whatever way seems best to you, because as the teacher, you also have to use your own gamma state energy. You have to use your imagination and have communion with your higher mind to be able to be inspired to come up with the things that will actually be most effective for the class. That's what it's all about, communing with your higher mind through imagination and excitement, so that when you are on that vibrational level yourself, you'll be able to come up with the inspirational ideas. Otherwise, you can't. You cannot experience what you're not on the vibrational level of first. So you have to be on that vibrational level of excitement and imagination in order to actually even conceive of the ideas, to be inspired by the ideas that would actually work best for your class. But if you're on that level, you will find the inspiration. The ideas will pop into your head. You will be shown what to do. You will have creative ideas. Yes?
Yes, and the gentleman, I think it was the gentleman who was at the mic before me, was talking about being tired.
Yes.
And even though the ideas come and the inspiration is there, and the fun is in the classroom and the children learn,
yes,
it is, I think the bureaucracy of the system is, it is so tiring.
Then find a different bureaucracy or create one. You see, this is what we mean when we talk about the idea of really using your imagination and acting on your excitement. Now, there are, as we indicated, different systems that are being created on your planet, and maybe you can find one of the ways in which that is being done that might be more in alignment to your liking and what you would prefer to do. As we said, there are now certain systems called developmentally appropriate programs, DAP. You can look into that and see if any of that is to your liking or more in harmony with you. But if you don't find what it is you're looking for, create it. That's the whole idea of being bold enough and imaginative enough and passionate enough to break the mold, break out of the box, create a new system. You don't have to stay within the system that you're in. Create a new system if you can't find what works for you. Create what works for you. And it will work for others who will be attracted to the new system. Yes?
Yes.
You just have to be imaginative and bold enough to do so. But the rewards will be great and many.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dismissed.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm very excited to be here.
We are excited to speak with you as well. What would you like to discuss?
For the last 4 years, I've been heartbroken over this guy and
Heartbroken over this guy.
over a guy, yes.
Yes.
And
Heartbroken about what?
well, he doesn't want to be with me, but sometimes
Then why
he
would
does.
you want to be with him? Why would you want to attract somebody in your life that doesn't wish to be with you? What
Well,
are you
every
doing to
time
yourself?
I stop thinking about him, then he comes into my life again.
To test you, to see if you're willing to give up your power to something that isn't what you prefer? And yet you keep swallowing the bait?
Yep.
Why are you doing that to yourself? How about being heartbroken over what you're doing to yourself?
I think I am,
I know you are.
but
But
I just
what?
get really emotional about it.
Of course you do, because you are feeling the result of what you believe to be true about yourself. But you can't wallow in the feeling. You have to get in touch with what you believe to be true about yourself to understand what it is you're doing, what it is you keep choosing to do.
Okay, well, I mean, I think probably I believe that I'm not lovable or something like that. But even if I know that, I'm not sure how to change that idea.
Well, let's examine it more specifically. You may be aware of the fact that you believe you're not lovable, but you haven't gotten down to the root of why that seems logical for you to believe. Why does that seem believable? That's another belief system. Why does it seem believable that you're not lovable?
Because
Yes.
the people that I love don't love me.
The people that you love don't love you. But again, all you're doing is repeating the pattern in that statement of attracting reflections of what you already feel to be true about yourself, which means you don't love yourself. So what else could you possibly attract if that's how you feel about yourself, other than people who will reflect to you your inability to love yourself, which is what they're doing.
And
You can't be surprised by that if you don't love yourself. That's what you would
I'm
get.
not surprised by it. I'm just not sure how to change it.
I am telling you how, but you're not really paying attention to the idea.
Okay.
Understand that if you know you don't love yourself, I'm asking you another question. Why would you buy into that as being true, that you don't love yourself, or that you can't love yourself, or you're not worthy of loving yourself? Why would that seem logical to believe in?
Because of a feeling, I guess.
Nope. Because of
Sometimes
a
I love
belief.
myself. Sometimes I
Sometimes,
do.
like when? Give me an example.
When I rock climb and I feel
When
like
you
I
rock
get
climb.
into the gamma state.
All right, and in that state, you can feel that you love yourself.
Yes.
So let me ask you a very important question.
Okay.
What's the difference that you're making in your definitions between loving yourself when you rock climb and other circumstances in your life? What difference are you making there in the idea of who you are in different situations?
I feel powerful and I feel like I can trust myself and
why can't you bring that to other circumstances in your life? What beliefs do you have that say, I cannot feel this and know this same thing to be true in this situation, even though I feel it in this situation? What difference are you defining there to be between the two situations?
I feel, okay, so...
Stop saying you feel. I know you feel.
Okay.
But what are you defining to
I
be
have
true?
a definition that to
Yes.
be lovable,
Yes.
you have to prove yourself materially.
What does that mean?
Make a lot of money, just
Why do you believe that to be true?
because...
Do you believe that to be true? Not
No.
really.
But the people that I love believe it to be true.
So what? You're not them. They're not you. They're not living your life. Why do you have to believe as they do?
It just seems true.
Why do you have to believe as they do in order to respect yourself? In order to love yourself, why do you have to believe as they do? Do you understand that if they are imposing that kind of a belief system on you, that they may think they love you, but it's not love that they're expressing, it's control? Do you understand that by accepting what they are imposing on you as a belief system, that that is not love? Therefore, you think that by going along with their beliefs, you are being loved. But you're not. You're just being controlled. That's not love. So you're under the misguided misassumption that buying into their beliefs means that they're loving you. No, they're not.
Well,
Well, what?
just this one person because
I don't care how many people it is.
Well, it's just this one person that I want to love me
Why? Why do you care?
because I like how I feel when I'm with him.
So what you're saying is, even though there might actually be someone out there who would actually love you even more perfectly, and really love you, you're going to hold on to someone who doesn't really love you in the way that you prefer to be loved just because it's about, 82% of it? That's enough? You're going to settle for that and block the passage block the arrival of someone out there who might actually be able to love you 100% for who you are? Is that what you're actually willing to do to yourself? Just because you think you can't attract someone else any better than this? Is that what you're saying? Nod your head.
I don't think I can attract someone better unless I'm better, and I feel like I
Exactly.
have to make more.
And
I have
exactly. And when you allow yourself to recognize that someone who exhibits 82% of the traits that you prefer isn't the person that you prefer, you will then allow him to get out of the way and allow the other person to come in. You're the one blocking love from your life that could be there because you're not willing to be strong enough to know that you deserve better than just some of it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Some of it is not what you prefer, yet you're holding on to it because you don't believe anything else can come in. And the reason it doesn't come in is because you're blocking the way with someone who is only partially what you prefer. You're the one jamming the lanes. Let him flow off. Let him flow by, because whoever does show up, you won't care who it is because they will feel correct. Let me ask you a question this way. Have you ever had any other relationships before this one?
Yes.
Well, how did this one come about if you didn't let the other ones go?
Okay, right.
Thank you. Obvious, isn't it? So what's so different about this? All you've done is attract to yourself something to test yourself to see if you're willing to put up with something that is a half measure, as opposed to standing firm in what you know to be true for you, that you prefer, and letting your life flow that to you. You're actually willing to shortchange yourself. Why? If it happened before that you let someone else go their way because something more came in, what's so difficult about doing it again if you understand that something else can come in if you don't block it from doing so? Just like it did before.
I feel like I'm getting too old.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 30.
I beg your pardon? 30?
Yes, but on this planet, that's
Oh, no. Excuses that are not real. You have a saying on your planet that is very wise. Yes? Fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. Yes? False evidence appearing real. The fact that you're 30, the fact that you're on Earth, the fact that a lot of people say, well, that biological clock is ticking. You'd best marry soon or you're going to be a dried up prune. Is absolute nonsense. Now, yes, we understand there's a collective consensus reality. There are certain things that you've agreed to with the collective consensus that you all abide by that are general, very general truths for a lot of you. That doesn't mean that every single aspect of that has to apply to you individually. And if you simply allow yourself to really fully be yourself, then whatever it is actually needs to be in your life, that is relevant to be in your life, will be in your life, because it cannot be not in your life. When we talk about, again, excitement being a complete kit, that's what we mean. Everything that's relevant will happen. There is only one exception to this. You've made all your agreements, you've made all your appointments. If you don't worry about them, you'll keep them. The things that need to happen will happen in perfect timing by the agreements you've already made in this life and before this life, about this life. The only way to miss your agreements is to spend your time and energy worrying you will miss the agreements. That's how you miss the timing. By spending time and energy worrying you'll miss your timing. That's the only way to miss your timing. If you don't worry about missing your timing, you cannot miss your timing.
Okay, I understand that.
Maybe you do, and maybe you don't.
I've
we'll
heard
see.
you say that before.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Aren't there multiple or infinite realities? So
yes.
the agreements and the appointments and whatever, aren't they different across all the different
Some are
realities?
very slightly different, and some are massively different, but you still get to choose which one you prefer. That's how you fit into the niche and the path that is you, by being your full self and knowing that whatever has to unfold that is relevant for you as a unique consciousness and a unique perspective will be exactly what you need to get a reflection of the fulfillment that you create in your state of being.
So the other versions of me, then they're not really me, right?
No, they're not. They're other people entirely.
Okay, I wondered about that.
No, does that answer that question?
Can I'm going to ask a question that's kind of related. I've been working. I feel very bad because I work for my father, and I feel like, you know, I didn't get like a independent job, and he's been supporting me to create a website. It's a social media site. I've been working.
Yes. Does that excite you?
It does really excite me, but there's something about it that is just been driving me crazy. So.
Such as? How exciting? What drives you
crazy?
Fear. Fear about what?
I just feel guilty about succeeding.
Fear about what? You feel guilty about what?
About the possibility of succeeding.
What is success? Being yourself. If at first you don't succeed, redefine success to be that definition that works for you. No one else will have the same definition of success.
Or I guess I'm scared of failing. It's one or the other.
What is failure? Not being yourself. That's it.
Do you really have to be yourself 100% of the time before you're successful at being yourself?
No. No, you do not. But here's the paradoxical irony. When you're okay with not being your true self 100% of the time, you are being your true self 100% of the time. Because you know you're going through a process, and it's okay to go through the process, and it's okay to know you're not always at your best, and that's okay. It's when you start heaping judgment and guilt upon yourself that you're going in the other direction. It's not because you're not always doing exactly the thing you would like to do. It's because of your attitude toward that experience that determines whether you're successful or not. So if you're all right with sometimes going, oh, well, you know, I took a left turn here. It's not what I intended, but all right, I learned something from it. I'm not always 100% at my best, but that's okay because I know that it is my intention to be. And therefore, by acknowledging that it's okay to have gone down that path, even if it wasn't what I preferred, I know that overall I'm okay and have a self-correcting, self-guiding system that will always course correct and bring me back to where I prefer to be. That is success. Not because you achieve a goal. Not because something comes to fruition in the way you thought it would. Success is being okay with yourself at every moment, even when you're not okay with yourself. That's okay. If you heap judgment and guilt upon yourself, that's what stops you from being a success. Because many, many people, in your reality who you would look at and go, oh, that's a very, very successful person. That's their secret, is they don't give up. They don't get down on themselves for suddenly maybe being out of alignment with who they prefer to be. They learn from it. They get back into alignment. They say, okay, lesson learned. Let's move on. That's success, because the process of your entire life, the process is the point. The journey is the destination. You're not trying to get anywhere. All you're doing is attempting to be more of yourself to the best of your ability. And if you're doing your best, that's all you need to do, and that's a success. Does this help?
Yes, it does.
Do you feel a little bit more relaxed about yourself?
I do.
Then that is the measure of success. All right?
Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome. Thing we really care about is that you do what you believe is best for you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Does that help?
That does help. And our
Yes.
DNA,
Yes.
that's been this eons of development.
And alteration.
Okay. But when you said in the talk earlier about that, I don't know what term to use, the grays were burrowing through parallel realities, and they found a DNA they could use that was rich enough.
Yes, human DNA.
How long has that been like an organic process? I know some intervention has happened, but
yes,
the essence of it has been organic and who started it and how did it start?
You're talking specifically about the grays?
No, I'm
and
talking
when
about our
did that
human
program
DNA.
start?
I'm talking about our human DNA.
Well, as we said, with the Anunnaki, they transformed the DNA of Homo erectus into Homo sapien, using some of their own genetic material.
But before that, where did the human being that was there?
Panspermia.
What does that mean?
It means that certain forms of genetic material arrived on your planet through space from comets and meteorites from other locations where it developed naturally.
Huh. So it's an organic soup.
Yes. And planets are seeded that way with various forms of genetic material. Now, obviously, it had to originate somewhere originally, but the origination of that DNA, in your terms of counting time, is literally billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of years old. But the idea is that, for the most part, it has been spread throughout the cosmos in seeding by panspermia.
Panspermia is the natural movement of matter through time and space?
Yes, and here and there it's been accelerated through the machinations of those that may alter the genetics as yours was altered. So it's another form of evolution that certain beings will actually go to other worlds and actually alter the genetics of the beings that may exist on that world. That's another form of evolution.
Yeah.
And of course there's also mutations.
Natural,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yes.
And how many times have we been spliced?
The original idea of the Anunnaki was one. In Atlantean times was another. And you are basically experiencing now the third time on a massive scale.
Who's that? Third time?
The Greys.
Oh, they're back. They never left, I guess.
I am saying that what you have called the entire alien abduction phenomenology is the third time, where there is alteration going on in your genetic structure.
Well, is that in our structure as we are now, or is that in creating a hybrid race?
It's in creating the hybrid race, but it's also in some of your structures. Because ultimately, you will all eventually be hybridized in a certain way that will allow you to become the sixth hybrid race, and eventually that will all join together with all the other hybrid races to become the seventh hybrid race. We'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow.
Wow.
But this is part of the natural evolution of things.
So driving here, I had this moment where I looked ahead of me and there was thousands of cars moving around. on the freeway. Yeah.
Yes.
And I wondered, I thought, wow, this is really sudden. This has all happened. I mean, in the 40s and the 50s, it wasn't like this is, and we've normalized it to a large degree. We think it's just normal. But I was seeing there's been a rapid rise in technology. So my question is that, and I sense it's the answers to everything I'm fixing to mention, but it's like our own species reaching a critical mass point.
Yes, that's why we're here to assist you. So that you don't go down the same path the Greys went down. This is the difference in the factors. They didn't have it. They didn't have a version of us in their reality because they hadn't created it yet. But you can take advantage of the fact that they created something to stabilize their culture and stabilize your culture as well. So you don't go down that path.
How does it stabilize their culture? Because they're our future?
Because the hybrids are all that's left of the Grey culture at this point in my time frame. There are no more Greys in my reality. There's only hybrids. Their culture has, in a sense, become our culture. Our culture took over. They created us to do so.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It's a big picture.
It's a very big picture. Yeah. And you are seeing about this much of it so far.
Oh, boy. So in the development of this technology we have and everything, there must be outside help also.
There is.
Can we speak?
There is.
Will you speak about that?
Well, a lot of it has to do with your people learning to just tap into source for information.
Yeah.
Some of it has to do with tapping into specific levels of things. Obviously, we are what you might colloquially consider an outside source helping with certain things here and there. So there are many beings that are offering suggestions, offering guidance. It's up to you to pick up on it or ignore it, but you're always being given assistance. It's really not that you have to ask for more assistance. You're really being given all the assistance you can possibly be given. It's about becoming more sensitive to the fact that you're already being given that assistance and tuning into it so you can use it more efficiently.
Okay.
Does that help?
That does help, and I'm going to finish with this. So in going on my morning walk, there have been mornings where I would pass the same individual almost at the same place, even though I had maybe left 30, 40 minutes different.
Yes.
And it's almost like the movie Matrix where he sees the scene repeat itself where the cat
all right,
walks
we
across.
Understand the reference.
So what is that? Is that me?
You're using the synchronicity of that to guide yourself. Like some people use the idea of the repetition of numbers.
Right.
It acts as a road marker reflection to let you know that every time you give yourself that synchronistic reflection, you're in the correct state of being for you to be in. You're on the right path. It's a road marker. It's a guidance system you've created for yourself.
Well, after a few times, it felt so strange. It didn't feel...
Well, you are strange.
Well, I tried.
In a positive way.
I am.
Nevertheless, be prepared for your realities to get much stranger, because that's what going into fourth density is all about. Experiencing life in a much more magical way, in a way you've always been told is just a fairy tale, but will ultimately discover is the way life actually is.
Okay, yeah, now I remember. Actually, in seeing those scenes repeat themselves, it made me realize how temporal everything is, how everything is an illusion.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now you are beginning to see through the illusion and recognize that physical reality is really just your dream. Please again remember, your natural state, just to put it in your language, is really being in spirit. I'll just use your term heaven if you want. You never leave heaven. Ever! You're there right now, but you're dreaming that you're not.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You don't go back to heaven. You don't go back to spirit. You wake up and realize you never left.
Yep.
See the difference?
I do.
All right.
It's living it.
Does that help you?
It does.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
I have a few questions, but
Yes.
Just being here, there's a few questions raised. I want to start with them before I forget. hybrid children, and how come we create them and we're not really aware of them?
All right. Again, the idea is that a hybrid race is being created in your time frame that ultimately results in a variety of hybrid civilizations of which we are one. But there are also going to be versions of the hybrid children that will ultimately come to live with all of you on your planet when the timing is right, as part of the natural evolutionary process of allowing more hybridization to occur in your culture. They will eventually be brought down in ships. They will at first live in safe enclaves and isolated places around the planet until such time as they can acclimate to your society and your society can acclimate to them. But many people have these children because their genetic material was used to create these hybrids. So some of them will live on other planets and some of them will come to live on your planet.
Okay, so I don't really understand. Are they physically going to be
Yes.
delivered here?
Yes.
And will they be aware of that experience?
Absolutely.
Oh, interesting.
This is part of the contact agenda of open contact with other civilizations. You will begin to understand what your true history and true involvement on other levels actually is all about.
And how do we create them? Like, what's the process?
Of creating a hybrid?
Yeah.
Well, it's very detailed, but essentially it is taking certain genetic structures and using certain kinds of energetic templates to create beings in vitro that will grow into very balanced beings, both intellectually and emotionally.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Anything else?
Oh, yeah, I have lots of questions.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so can you tell me what's your civilization's opinion on ending life, like suicide?
Well, it depends upon the reasons for which it is done, because in a sense, all death is chosen, therefore all death is suicide. Because you choose the timing of your death, just like you choose the timing of your birth. Now, so again, it depends upon the reason it's done, the state of being in which it's done. Now, ultimately, you're always all right, because you are really eternal beings. You're infinite beings. You never really die. You just change form. However, some people can make the decision to take their own life from a very negative place. And that's the state of being that we're talking about that doesn't necessarily serve them. It can cause confusion. It can cause a certain number of things that they may feel then that they regret having done and so on and so forth. But they also will understand that they are eternal beings and can always take another whack at it, as you say.
Yeah, but isn't there any repercussions?
Yes, the repercussions are that they may experience a great sense of imbalance having done it the way they did it, and they will find themselves having an urge to rebalance their energy and bring themselves back into a positive flow. Because what they have done might have been done against the grain, shall we say, the natural flow of positive creation. And so even though it's not a value judgment, it's still recognized that it may not necessarily have served them or anyone else to the best of their ability. So they will usually have an urge to rebalance that energy in some way, shape, or form. They will experience the consequences of their acts. They will experience all the different effects that they had on all the people that they affected in their life, even by leaving, by taking their life. They will experience all those things as if they are experiencing it from all those people's points of view, in exactly graphic detail. But again, this is just knowledge. This is just education. It's not a punishment.
Okay.
So there are consequences, but there are no punishments, except the ones you inflict on yourself.
I see. Okay, well, we have this concept of old soul.
Old soul.
Yeah, can
Yes.
you elaborate a little bit
It
on
translates as really the idea, perhaps more experienced in a certain way. Because again, everything really is timeless and ageless, so it's really all the same age. But the idea is that some souls may choose to have certain experiences that in certain realities may make them more experienced than another soul who may not be choosing as many experiences in that reality.
Okay, so does it matter on oversoul sort of experience as well? I mean...
Well, an oversoul is a slightly different thing because in a sense it's like saying it's a greater being that can, well, so to speak, split itself into smaller individual bits called individual souls, which then can experience the idea of incarnations and have an experience in physical reality. So the oversoul experiences all those extensions all at the same time, simultaneously, from its higher point of view.
Okay, so my understanding of old soul would be someone who has an oversoul bigger as opposed to another person.
No. It has not always anything to do with the oversoul. As we said, it may simply be that that particular oversoul has many more extensions in a certain kind of reality, and each individual soul may be able to draw upon that multitude of experiences where another oversoul may not have as many extensions in the same reality and therefore has less experience for the individual souls to draw upon from that reality. Does that make sense?
Yes and no.
Oh, all right. What part doesn't?
Okay, so if an oversoul has all these extensions that can benefit from all these experiences that other extensions have, wouldn't it make this every particular incarnation more richer, and wouldn't it feel like it's more older soul because it has more experience?
Well, it depends on the theme that it's exploring too, because the theme has a lot to do with how it experiences itself in the incarnation. And you can actually have a very old soul choose to experience itself as if it knows almost nothing.
Oh, okay.
So you have to look at all the factors.
And why would you do that? Why would anyone would want to go back?
Because you have to forget in order to remember. You have to forget who you are in order to discover yourself from a completely new point of view. Okay. To the oversoul, it's not going back. It's just setting up the parameters that are necessary to actually have an experience of discovering yourself in a way you've never discovered yourself before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was given in meditative state. I was given a name.
Yes.
And I'm not really aware what I have to do with it and what was it for.
Well, if you're not attracted to the vibration, then you don't have to use it.
I am very much, but I just don't know what it's for.
Well, it can be for a variety of things. How do you want to use it? It might just be a vibrational marker to say that when you think of this name, it puts you in a certain state, and that state might be more representative of your true natural self. Okay. Is that some way that you can use it, or is there some other way you wish to use it?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know yet.
It's up to your imagination. On it. It's up to your imagination.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Is that it?
I have more, but I'll let other people.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And you good day.
Thankfully, most people answered my questions already. So
all right. How synchronous of you.
Just to clarify the extensions of Oversoul's terminology that you were just using.
Yes.
Is that what I would understand as a dispersed essence, as per how Elias describes it?
It can be that, although it can have many other meanings as well.
Okay. And then just continuing on with the Enneagram pictures.
Yes.
Where you mentioned that we can use them as a visual to download certain frequencies and energies.
Yes, they're kind of like phone numbers.
Okay.
So, for example, the one that we have often given before that has to do with our particular reality domain is the black background with the black equilateral triangle separated from the background by being bordered by a deep blue glow. Yes? You see that on the diagram?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that particular image translates in your reality in a way that puts you in touch with our particular frequency domain. So it's kind of like tapping into our phone number. So if you meditate on that picture, it translates in your brain into a certain frequency that puts you in touch with our particular domain.
Okay. So in using those frequencies as a tool to, I'm trying to follow, well, I am following my highest passion of creatively writing, and I've set myself in a situation of employment where that can happen.
All right. Congratulations.
Almost. It can almost happen.
All right. Almost congratulations.
In using... It's not there yet. But so I feel like, especially the two outside, so the Esasani and the Yael symbols is something that I can use particularly.
By all
of
means.
all of these.
And as I said, we will get deeper into them in tomorrow's transmission.
Okay. And the energetic receiver that I felt placed into my physical brain several months ago. Is that also something that I can use to tap into this creative expression?
Of course.
Okay. Using those two symbols.
Yes.
Okay, good. And that was it. Thank you.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Oh, actually, no.
All right.
Just to do with that, in blocking creative energy, and I know a lot of writers have this.
There is really no such thing.
No, exactly. But I've felt that my body has reacted to that by a pain in my right shoulder.
Yes.
That is simply like right, and I haven't been writing. Is that a good, an accurate impression of how my physicality is?
Interpreting it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Block.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So to uncreate that, is it just a simple?
Give the energy a flow.
Okay.
Don't block it up, so to speak. Okay. Yes?
Yes, that makes sense.
All right. Okay. Does that help?
It does help. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Hello, Tadea.
Nania.
Nice to talk with you again.
And you as well. Do you have questions from others?
I do.
All right.
Now, the first question is one that I know has been asked before, but this seems like a really good time to have you elaborate maybe even more extensively on the fundamental question, which is, what is our purpose in being here?
Your purpose in being where you are is to be yourself as fully as you possibly can. The way that you do that is by acting on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence on the outcome. That is all you all need to do. Your purpose then becomes giving life meaning, because life has no meaning without you. It is neutral. It is devoid of built-in meaning. It is an empty set of circumstances and props. You are designed as reflections of the infinite to give life meaning through your unique perspective. Whether positive or negative or neutral is up to you. But when you give the neutral life meaning, the neutral circumstances meaning, then that will determine the effect you get from it. This is your purpose, is to explore and experience and be who you are as best you can, so that simultaneously all that is, of which you are an extension, can thus through all of you and all of us and all beings in creation experience itself through all the different perspectives that we all represent, so that all that is can know itself truly as all that it is.
From other levels, what is the purpose? Because I know you're actually speaking from the personality perspective.
I am actually speaking from all levels. It is the same purpose. It is summed up in 2 words in your language. Know thyself.
So part of this experience of learning how to work with the mechanism, or what you have in the past referred to as sort of like learning how to use the coffee pot.
Yes.
Which is learning how to live on planet Earth in the vibration that is the most truly your signature vibration.
Yes. The best cup of coffee you can make. Yes.
And so when you explain to us all of the nuances of how you go about manifesting the reality that's the most exciting for you, that allows you to be your full self the most completely.
Yes.
The idea behind that is that we
circumstances in physical reality thus are illusionary. They're just symbols. Again, as we have said many times, it's just a reflection based on what you are giving off. Now, The Secret calls this idea, law of attraction, the primary law. We refer to it as the third law of creation. It is, however, the first law of action, even within the four laws. Because the first law, that you exist, is simply a description of a state of being. The second law, that the one is all, the all are one, is also a description of the nature, of the structure of that state of being. But the third law, what you put out is what you get back, is the first law of action. And that is what is being said and the difference being made in The Secret by calling the law of attraction the first or primary law of the universe. Because it is the first law of action, and it's therefore the first law that actually brings about manifestational experience. Then the fourth law, everything changes except the first three laws, is what qualifies and colors that experience, what allows you different perspectives of the experience of creating the idea of physical reality. You will remember that what was also very important in The Secret was this idea that we talked about before about being passionate, as expressed in the concept of play, of playing with everything that happens in your reality, really having an attitude of gratitude toward it so that you receive every experience you have in a playful way, and thus by receiving it in that playful way can do that much more with it, be that much more creative with it, allow it to be that much more flexible, malleable, stretchable, changeable, formable. Play, that energy is what allows physical reality to become like clay. So play with the clay of physical reality. If you approach it from an energy state of being that is of a lower vibration, that's when the clay hardens. That's when it's unchanging in that state. But as soon as you start to be more playful with what's going on in your life, it softens and becomes clay-like, plastic, malleable, formable, changeable again, and gets in step with the fourth law. As you do. Change is the only constant. So in that sense, when you become more playful, you become more changeable. And as a result, your physical reality will mirror that changeability. Become easier to transform from one kind of reflection to another. Now, very important. This is where physical mind, once again, can sometimes get caught up in its own sense of control. And that is that when we talk about the idea that what you put out is what you get back, the physical mind, because, again, of how it looks at physical reality being the only thing there is, will assume that if it doesn't see an exact one-to-one reflection in the circumstances that surround you with what it is you believe you're giving off, you will think that something has failed. Again, I remind you, this is where you get caught in your own paradoxical trap. Even though it is true that what you put out is what you get back, and that by being in a certain state of being, that will determine what the circumstances around you are, the first stage of that, the first manifestation of that will be usually, especially in your world of space and time, usually the first reflection will look the same as it used to. Because this gives you an opportunity to reinforce the state of being by responding to the circumstances that look the same differently than you did before. And that is where you then allow the circumstances to truly reflect that you have changed and demonstrate that you truly have changed by responding to the circumstances differently, even if they look the same as they used to. That's how it works. So the first reflection will usually be an echo of how it used to look. You must not respond to the echo as if that's the representation of your new state. You must respond to it, in a sense, as if you know it's just an echo, and that what you're putting out now, the new response to the old circumstances, that will solidify the vibration of your preferred state of being and truly allow the circumstances to change themselves and take their cue from the new vibration you're putting out, which is the absolute certainty that you are different. Because if you respond to the old echo in the same way you used to, you are not different. So in a sense, it's like you're testing yourself. It's like you're giving yourself an opportunity to decide whether you really do want the circumstances to change by first presenting yourself very often with the same set of circumstances to see if you respond differently to them, making a clear commitment that you have, in fact, vibrationally changed your state of being. Once you have then done that and respond differently to the same set of circumstances, then you have established that you truly have changed, and then the circumstances can reflect that change. So don't be fooled by the echo into thinking you've done something wrong by labeling it in the same way you used to. Oh, I didn't see what I wanted to get immediately. It looks the same as it did before. The same people are here giving me the same kind of feedback. I must have done something wrong, or something's not working. Or you find that you're reacting to it in the same way you used to, because if you do, you have not changed. So that's the self-reinforcing mechanism that gives you the opportunity to decide whether you really want to change that circumstance or not. Because again, remember, all belief systems by definition are self-reinforcing. They have to be. If belief systems were not self-reinforcing and making themselves seem like the only thing there is to believe in, you wouldn't be able to have an actual, distinct, discrete belief system experience. If beliefs did not come with a self-reinforcing mechanism, you wouldn't be able to have a discrete physical experience. And because they come with a self-reinforcing mechanism, when you change your vibrational state, one of the last things to fade will be the self-reinforcing mechanism. It will present the same scenario to you once again, but it will be presented not as a concrete reality, but only as an illusion, only as an echo of what was, to give you a chance to really decide that you will break through that self-reinforcing mechanism by defining and labeling it differently than you used to, proving that you have changed, thus allowing the reflection to then truly come. That's how that works. Use that mechanism to your advantage by understanding very clearly. And if you wish to use this almost as a mantra, you certainly may. Again, as we discussed last night, all of these things are nothing more than permission slips that, if you decide they work for you, if you decide they resonate according to your frequency, will simply allow you to permit yourself to change in the way you prefer to. The mantra doesn't do it for you. It simply is a reflection of the belief system within you that says this is what you will allow to give you permission, to give yourself permission to change in the way you wish to. So use this as a mantra if you wish, if it works for you, knowing that you're doing it if you need it at all. And that is, again, the idea, not even so much the statement that circumstances do not determine state of being. State of being determines circumstances. Now you can use that. However, we would also suggest something even simpler and something even stronger. And that is simply, and the mantra is this: circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. And again, listen to the way that this synchronistically translates in your English language. Circumstances don't matter. They do not create materialization. Only state of being matters. Only state of being materializes experience. So, the mantra is, anytime you find yourself doubting, stuck, fearful, because of what you believe the situation is, what you believe the circumstances are, you can, if you wish, use this little reminder. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. And then choose the state of being you prefer. And then redefine the circumstances from that state of being, so that you can erase the echo and allow the true reflection to then take form from your state of being. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. Now, we apologize if what we are about to do with you, to some of your physical minds, may sound, a little cultish. It isn't meant this way. It's simply meant to express to you something very important. It's one thing very often to your physical minds when you hear someone else's voice say something. It's another when your own voice says it. So, repeat out loud after me. Circumstances don't matter.
Circumstances don't matter.
Only my state of being matters.
Only my state of being matters.
Now, do it with excitement in a calm way. Because what this begets is simple certainty. Repeat. Circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters. One more time. Circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters. One more time. Circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters. Understand. When you say this to yourself in your own vibrational voice, you will start to listen. Because what you're doing by making this statement is what we talked about earlier. You are voicing a message from the higher self in language the physical mind understands. This mantra and all mantras of this nature are exactly that kind of tool. It is a way of translating for the physical mind in terms it can understand a communication from the higher self. That's why they're powerful, if you agree that it's a permission slip that works for you. So, anytime you find yourself in doubt, in fear, confused about the circumstances going on, stop. Say to yourself, out loud, no matter how many people might think you're crazy. Yes, of course, yes, of course, yes, of course, you can say it inside your head if you wish to. But if you're really being bold, and if it's really important to you to have the reality you prefer, then make a commitment and say it out loud. You don't have to shout, you don't have to scream. But stop and say, circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters. What state of being do I prefer? Then choose. And as you choose, behave that way toward the circumstances. You will be amazed at how quickly it will evaporate. You will take people off guard. At the very least, they might say, "Oh, she's crazy, and move away. And then you won't have to deal with them anymore. So one way or another, it will create the bubble reality of your preferred vibration, and will act as an organizing principle and driving engine to move out of that bubble any vibration that is incompatible. It is one of the strongest, most centering statements you can make for yourself. Circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters